Friday, TGIF July 3rd, and we are back with our second interview. We're returning back slowly but surely, getting back on our feet, and we are back with none other than Anthony Riley. It's such a pleasure to have you back again. You guys can see something different. This is not it. This is my aunt's place. So she's just letting me use it just for a couple of shows, but we're slowly but surely getting back Fashion Dolls. But we are here with Anthony Riley. So how have you been, handsome? It's been a minute.
I've been doing all right. Working on getting more gigs. I've been movie film that just got released. It's called oh man, how do I say the name of everything? A little bit nervous being back, but I'm glad to be back. Trust Nobody 4. That's what it's called. There are three movies already released on Tubi called Trust Nobody by a director named Stephen Love. Fantastic director. Trust Nobody 4 is the ending to the four films, and it is incredible. I had the pleasure of working behind the scenes, so I got to see more of how everything works. And
Wow. I'm so proud of you. And the same for me, getting back on my feet. Anthony also was one of the ones that reached out when he found out what happened. You guys all, thank y'all all so much for reaching out and keeping me posted. Oh, something I forgot. I told you guys I was going to bring something because yesterday we had Leandro Valentine Arts, and he's responsible for the artwork for Style by Stevie. But there's also another artist who drew me on canvas as well. So shout outs to Mr. Imperfect. So shout outs to him. Yes, yes,
oh
yes.
wow, that is incredible.
He again took one of my photos and used me as the muse and created this. This was in my room. So the fire didn't destroy this. So I took it off my wall. Thank the Lord. Everything is still intact. So we're still getting things out of the house. But thank you all. I just thought I would bring it on the show and show you. I promised you guys yesterday. But yes, he did an amazing job. This is what's called a face chart. And every makeup artist, if you go to MAC or what's another brand that does this well? I know Too Faced it does it as well, where it's basically breaking down all of the products that is being used on the person's face. So like eyes, lips, and he just took it and made it a whole portrait. So shout outs to Mr. Imperfect. And also shout outs to Lee Valiant Arts again. The Style by Stevie logo, who we had on yesterday, and it was great. But how have you been doing? It is extremely hot down here in the Carolinas. So how have you been?
It's all right. I'm up here in Wisconsin, and the heat hasn't been best for us either. But it's manageable because hey, I tell everybody get inside and get in front of your ACs as much as you can. Make sure you stay hydrated because it's hot. It's a hot one. It's summertime. Most people usually know what to expect, but some people go in there thinking they can be Superman and just take anything.
No, no. I wanted to walk literally over here, but my aunt said, don't walk. Get somebody to bring you. I've been on this health kick, this health journey, and it's paying off as you guys can see, and I'm thankful for that. So thank y'all. It's the bright side out of this. It's always something amazing. So what are you looking forward to this summer? Because I know it's going to be a lot of, and I said this yesterday with Lee, that it's going to be a lot of events going on, a lot of festivals, a lot of things that'll be coming up.
See, the things I look forward to. I live in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's a little bit, maybe a few miles away from Green Bay and Milwaukee. We're up north of Milwaukee and things like that. But the Appleton area, we have quite a few festivals. We'll have Paper Fest. We have Cheese Fest. We have Sawdust Days. We also have this huge event that we do every August called Mile of Music, where the entire town, people from out of town, in town, they all come straight to Appleton, Wisconsin, and the entire Ave, which we have College Avenue, is just end to end with a music festival. There are different bands, different bars, and it is just so enjoyable. You want to hear different types of genres of music. There are new artists, already established artists that come up. We also have a place up here called Bra House, where we've had the pleasure of having Young Blue come to town, which was fantastic. We're starting to get Although we have a small city and we're not known for our music, but this is where we get a lot of music from. We're the home of Harry Houdini. We have Houdini Plaza out here. But we were getting more artists. Like when we had Young Blue come to town, the town went crazy. I want to give a special shout out to some of our hosts. My buddy, his name's Smigo. They call him Smigo the Goat. He's a host down there. Cutwater Huncho, and just a shout out to OB Brawhouse because they bring a lot of different talents to the town, and it just goes to show that just because we're a small town, but we have talent, and there's a lot of local artists that are doing really good for themselves out here as well.
Absolutely. And that's something that me and Lee touched on yesterday, which was making sure that you are supporting Black artists locally because there's so many that are coming up in the game, in the business. And it's amazing. Um, Even down here in South Carolina, you guys know Nelson Davis, who I've had on the show
Oh
several
my
times.
God, I love that.
Yes, a friend of the show, but he's in North Carolina. My cousin is up there. Um, and there's a few others, like Renaissance Jones is another from the North Carolina area. So it's a lot of artists in the Carolinas and a lot of talent booming down here that we can be supporting in these small states. So make sure that you're doing that. I just wanted to point that out as
Oh,
well. Now, July, even though we just passed it, June was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So how have you been managing, Anthony, with everything that's going on?
I've taken for the month of June. I've taken more time to myself to do things that really relax me. Me growing up, I'm slightly taller than the average man, so basketball is one of my things. So in order for me to take care of my mental health, I'll find a basketball court and I'll shoot around for 4 hours by myself because it's a personal thing that I do for myself. But I tell everybody, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends and family for mental health because they are more than they want to hear from you. They'll help you in any type of way, and it's always good to do that. And before we get past Men's Mental Health Month, June was also Pride Month. So I want to give a shout out to all my people out here that celebrate Pride Month, especially you, Miss Stevie. And I love those nails. They're fantastic. And the hair, always giving. I love it. But yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
You're very welcome. And I want to
And
say, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to say one more thing. I want to say, God bless you because I'm glad that you got through your traumatic experience. And I'm hoping that you rebuild, not just rebuild, but rebuild better. Cause I still got faith that you're gonna have that studio job. Where I want to be a guest on the Stevie Show. I want to come walk across that stage and I want to congratulate you and I want to say that I've been here from a long time ago. So I just say I thank you every time that you invite me out to your on your show because it's a joy to be here. It's a pleasure to be here and there's always much love.
And I receive it, all of it. Like you said, that was traumatizing. But in my caption today, if you guys seen the post, I said that, what did I say? Hi, Kwame. Shout outs to Kwame Speaks, who is the CEO of Pyro Media Network. Make sure you guys please go and subscribe to Pyro Media Network. Um, I love the Daryl Walters show. So y'all need to go and check that out. The Dirty Laundry, Dr. Victorious. Oh my God, it's so many. So make sure that y'all are supporting Kwame Speaks. Yeah, it's such a great interview conversation. And what's crazy is when the fire happened, Kwame was the first interview that week. And then June 10th is when the fire took place, the house fire. So it's like Anthony said, it's something greater that's going to come out of it. I cry till I can cry. I have my days. It hasn't been easy, but I'm ready. I'm back. I'm ready for this new chapter. And a lot of people are like, why did you wear fur? Why did you wear red yesterday? I did it for a reason because I'm back with a vengeance. I'm a strong woman, and one thing you can't do is break me.
And I gotta say, Miss Stevie, how fast you came back. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad to have you back and I'm glad that everybody is safe. Like I said, all material things can be replaced, but you can't replace a human life.
Yes, I'm thankful to have my mom, my dad, my my puppy was even in the house when the fire happened. So yes, we were in there, and it's traumatizing to me. So I'm sorry, all, if I sound like a broken record talking about it, but it just happened so fast, and it just goes to show you that life in an instant can be taken from you if you don't cherish it. You know, that's one of Mother Nature's natural disasters, which is fire. You can't control that, you know. And I had a lot of shows lined up for that week. Hi, William. Welcome as you're just coming in. But yes, I'm happy to be here, to be alive. Um, and I said I was coming back. I hinted at it. I kept saying I'm coming back. And there's going to be more interviews. I'm going to make it work. We're going to make it work. We have to do it travel or whatever, wherever there's connection. You guys can always get your morning walks and talks with me every morning at 7 a.m., where it's just me real, raw, and unfiltered. And Anthony's talking about how beautiful I look over here, but in the mornings, you guys get to see me no makeup, nothing. Real, raw, bare, stripped down in the morning. And that's me talking about everything and giving you guys some updates. So stay tuned. Definitely. Shout outs to you, Faith. Shout out to Faith with the substance. Y'all make sure y'all step to her channel and check her out. And I appreciate all of y'all for holding it down while I was out, but the queen is back.
Welcome back. Glad to have you
Yes.
as always.
But men's mental health awareness, Anthony, we were talking about that and the trauma that ties into trauma as well too, and healing from trauma. I love what you just said, which is I took time for me. I took time for myself. What advice would you give to black men on taking time for themselves as well too? And even when I had Nelson here, I asked Nelson because it was men's mental health awareness month that time as well too. The last time I had him here, and he says that he likes to get his hair cut, likes to get a liner, likes to get the beard taken care of, and he also goes and he'll get a pedicure, he'll get a nails buff, not like mine with the color, but he takes time for himself. So what advice would you give to black men taking time for themselves?
I would give you some. I would say, men. I know sometimes. I know life's hard on us, a lot harder than a lot of things. But don't be afraid to take time to pamper yourself. You deserve it because we're here just as long as everybody else. You deserve to pamper yourself. Go out there, get your nails manicured. Go out there and take some time to go to a spa. I'll take myself to a spa. Some rest and relaxation can help. It'll help you recover, help you recuperate. You can go on and on. Just take some time
Absolutely.
for truly take some time for yourself.
And I would say to some black women, because Nelson even made it a point, stop chastising men for taking care of themselves. It's one thing for us as women, we take care of ourselves, the whole nine. But let men embark in self care as well too, because self care is healing, is therapeutic, and everybody can do it. So I just wanted to say that as well too. So be gentle to yourself, be caring to yourself, even through the trauma that I've experienced. We all experience some form of trauma, but that trauma is not going to break you and stop you from going to your next chapter. Don't let it stop you from going to the next chapter of your life because there's always something greater.
Always, yes.
So I
And
just wanted to say,
go ahead, continue. My apologies. I cut you off. Continue.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I was saying, just make sure that you're being gentle to yourself. The time that I had off after I did my interview, which that week was with Kwame, the first interview, I had more interviews lined up. And my mom was like, think of it as a vacation because I do Style by Stevie Monday through Friday. 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday. And it was a consistent thing. So I said, when I return, I'm going to do four. I'm going to try to do four at the max. And we do have some more scheduled for this month as well, too. And my Anna's, I can't thank her enough for letting me use her space, which is beautiful. The lighting is beautiful. Just if you've seen the pictures that I took a couple days, look up today, you would see. She's like myself. She likes nice things. and it's just beautiful. And we had my grandmother's birthday party here in the same seat that I sat in next to my granny. I said, I don't want to give it up, but oh my God, I'm just so thankful and grateful to be here and be able to do the show and turn out well. So, yes. Next chapter. Anthony, what does the next chapter look like for you? Because you've got projects, you've been working on some things. We've been keeping in touch, and he didn't even have a clue that it happened. A lot of people didn't have, but Faith reached out, K2, so many of you guys reached out as soon as you saw the post. The first person that I called was K2, and K2 was like, Sister, are you okay? I said, pass the word along. I'm going to be out for a few days. And that was me slowly, truly adjusting to the new norm. And we still are. So, yes, next chapter. What does the next chapter look like for you?
So hopefully my next chapter. I've been taking my time and sitting back, and I've actually been writing my own films. So I want to try to step into that role of producer or director because I have a lot of I have a lot of creativity going on in this mind, and I want to. I've written multiple scripts. I have my little notepad I keep on my iPhone, where I just jot down things I think about during the day, and I'll create a story out of it. I want to take my chances with directing and producing.
That's something I want to tap into. But slowly but surely walk my way into it. You know, you got to crawl before you can walk. And even with the most recent thing that just happened to me, my mom was saying that I wanted to come back and do 5 shows, but my aunt, my mom's sister, who's the baby sister, she said the same thing. Take it slow. Don't overdo it. Even K Toops, when I spoke on him because he called me a lot, kept in touch with me a lot. And she said, Sister, start off slow. So I'm going to take this slow. We're going to do at least 4 a day each week. I'm going to try to do some. And we're going to make it work until we found it. And there are some things, that was waiting on to dry on. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Good
Yep,
things,
100%.
good things in 2026. This year flew by so fast. So before you know it, 2027 will be here. So what's the future? What's in store, or what are you looking forward to in the future? Because you're not only a stuntman, Anthony, you're a comedian as well too. So with this day and age, with everything going on, what can we expect in 2027?
Well, I'm looking forward to doing more films in the future, and I've been really looking into doing more Tubi films and things. So I worked on a Tubi set, and I worked with Dewan Ford.
I've had him on the
He
show.
I I've met him in person. He is one of the most gentlest, kind people I've ever met in my life, and he is a professional to the T. I've also worked with Chaotic, who's blowing up out there in Florida. He's a joy to be around. Hilarious guy. Does his work, and I also got to work with MC8, one of my childhood heroes from watching Men's Society and stuff like that. To Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Love that guy, MC8, fantastic. I got to work with Fat Boy SSE. he's, he's pretty cool. He's on a health kick. He only eats healthy. He doesn't eat certain things anymore and stuff like that. Awesome, fantastic people to be around. That's all with director Stephen Love. He's like I said, he's an incredible director. And I want to give a special shout out to my man over there in Las Vegas, Bobby Peoples, and his wife Renee Peoples, because they've been doing it with
Yes,
the CPN. It's it's going up. Like they're doing so many films, and there's so many good films. It's not just stuff that's thrown together. It's stuff that takes thought. It's stuff that gives you feeling. It's stuff that makes you it makes you feel emotional with certain films and stuff like that. And it's such an incredible thing to even be alive and witness this. Like I'll share his content every chance I get, as well as I share yours. It's like the man and his wife are a power couple, and they are taking over the Tubi world.
absolutely. One of their films was Pinterest, and I had
Yeah.
the pleasure of sitting down and interviewing Juan Bashaw, who is a good friend of the show as well too. Make sure you guys go and check out Something Old with Juan Bashaw. That's a good film. He's had the pleasure of working with Bobby and Renee. And you said Dewan. Dewan is so down to earth and laid back. And I can remember that interview. We did it in the midst of coming out of the pandemic. I want to say 2022, 2023, but it's here up on the channel so you guys can go and check that out. That's one of the books. And even while we were doing the interview, he was on set directing the film. He was telling people, okay, you go over here. He is about his business. And it is all work. The same way Nelson is. And I tease Nelson all the time he comes here. I say, you're wrapped up in about 1,000 different projects. Let me guess.
Definitely. I've also had a mutual friend reach out. Lee John Stewart reached out to me to just to check on me, see how I was doing, which is, I'm such a huge fan of him, and it's like it's surreal that when somebody that you're a fan of reaches out to you and personally messages you and asks you how you're doing and stuff like that, and I'm like, I couldn't even think at the time, like, there's no way. Like, but he's such a great, humble person. I love the work he does with him and his mother. His mother's so sweet, such a nice lady. But this man, like, he's literally reached out to me, and I'm like, whoa. But also, I want to give a shout out to there's a buddy of mine. He's a young man, very talented artist, goes by the name of Young Sage. He's from Wisconsin. He moved out to Arizona, and since he's been in Arizona for maybe not even a year yet, the man's star has shown brighter than I've ever seen. He's been doing films, he's doing commercials, he's been working with the Phoenix Suns, he's been doing so many things at such a young age. The man's only 24 years old. But if you ever go on YouTube and look up the name Young Sage, he has a song that's almost about to hit 1 million streams. And once he has hit 1 million streams, he'll be working with bigger artists and stuff like that. I also have another buddy that was born and raised in Racine, Wisconsin. He goes by the name of the Rated R Playboy. I went to school with this kid, grew up with him, and he is like he's a rising star. He's posting. He wants to be. He's going to be at the BET Awards hopefully next year. Hopefully he's on stage at the BET Awards next year because he is like when I say black excellence. These two gentlemen I just mentioned, well, these multiple men I've mentioned, have been doing their thing, and their star is shining brighter than ever. The man has his own Power Rangers series that's coming out. And he has, yeah, it's incredible for such a young mind to be doing so many things as far as music, acting, producing, directing at such a young age, at the age of 24. He's giving me Ryan Coogler vibes. It's like the boy is working, and I'm proud. I'm proud to say that I've actually met this man in person. I did security for one of his very first concerts he did in Wisconsin. There was maybe a crowd of 20. Now he's in Summerfest with crowds of thousands. So I want to give a big shout out to Young Sage and the Rated R Playboy, who I know personally as Robert Hicks. But yeah, they're
Wow.
doing their thing.
Hi, Deshaun. Miss Stevie, you are looking flawless today. Thank you. Thank you. Um, we are here catching up with Anthony. We're talking about the future because this year has flown by just so fast. 2026 is come and gone, but we still got a couple more months to go in this year. Like right now, we just got in July. Next month will be August, September, October, and then boom, after December 2027. So it's definitely flying by. It is. Time is flying by so fast. And we were just talking about 2027, what's in store. And I told Lee yesterday, I said I'm slowly but surely getting back into the habit of doing what I love, which is doing shows because there have been days when I was depressed when I'm not hosting, when I'm not doing this. And I think that we can do this in the future. We can come together, create an alternative, create something new that people will say, I've never seen this before. Yes, and that's why it is important now that you support Black filmmakers, Black creatives, Black artists, because we are the culture, we are this moment, and I think that it's important for us to be out here divesting into one another and pouring into one another. So y'all make sure that y'all are doing that. Always try to create something new, something different, really have people have attention. Right, right. And you've got my colleague, shout outs to him, Bubs the God, who just did a shocking, we talked about transformation and the power of change in the beginning of our conversation, Anthony. Bubs cut his hair. Bubs cut his locks off and looks like a completely different person. Still our little leprechaun is what we call him. But yes, I believe in the power of change and reinvention. What happened to me, uh, this is me slowly but surely coming back. Something greater is coming. Thank y'all for encouraging me and keeping me encouraged and uplifted during this time. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm getting through. Yes, he did cut his hair and came at first I thought he got it braided down, but I'm like, no, it's not braided down. He cut it. So yeah, new year, new look, new change and everything. So you guys stay tuned for that. And hopefully we can collab in the future because I messaged him about possibly coming on this week, but he's doing some things of his own, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Yeah. But in the meantime, between, do we have any questions for myself or Anthony Fashion Dolls? It is question hour, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in, showing so much love and support, and also reaching out. Rashawn was also one of the ones who called and reached out after finding out what happened because it was like a double whammy. Like, wow. My
And I
mom
say it's
still
pretty.
can't go back in the house. She still can't go back in the house. She just got out of the hospital. Just got out of the hospital. So, double pneumonia. She had double pneumonia, and they had tubes going down her throat, and she couldn't really talk. She couldn't really speak. But when she was able to talk, the first person she asked for was me because me and my mom are like this. So it just goes to show you that the power of reinvention, if that can heal her, because she's up walking. The first few days, she started getting up walking around, wanting to walk, and the doctor was like, no, you can't. It's too risky. So I'm thankful to have her, but she can't go back in the house with that. The set is falling down, it's smoke everywhere in the house. The inhalation walls and like I showed y'all photos and videos of that. And yeah, she can't go back in there. I know she wants her clothes out of there. I've been able to get some of my things out of my room. And again, in case you guys missed it, the portrait that was drawn for me was hanging on my wall. So shout outs to Mr. Imperfect for doing that. And there is nothing you can't do that you can't surpass that you can surpass. Right. Right.
Correct.
Oh, there's a question from Deshaun. He wants to know what's your biggest challenge for me or Anthony Deshaun? If you're wondering, we're trying to figure out while we're waiting. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I go live. New interviews are posted as well on the channel. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned on Style by Stevie. Next week we have So Debonair joining me Monday, July 6th. Make sure y'all tune in for that. Oh, for both of us. I'm gonna let Anthony go because I done held it too long.
My biggest challenge, as with anything in life, is the challenge to stay persistent. Because sometimes there are things that'll knock you so far down. And Steve's an example. She got knocked down and got back up. But trying to stay persistent and constantly pushing and pushing and pushing, because there are so many times in life, especially with the industry that I'm in and that she's in as well, as far as acting and stuff like that. The most common thing you're gonna hear about everything is a no, and that's something you gotta push through because sometimes a no is not just a no; it's a learning experience. It's a time for you to step back and, like I said, reimagine the way you do things and come back stronger every time. You just got to constantly push and push and push. It's never easy. It's not gonna be easy. Good things are not meant to be easy. So you have to work and constantly push and push. It's always gonna be a challenge, no matter what. No matter what you do in your career, if you want to progress in your career, you're still gonna have to push forward. It's always gonna be a challenge. You have to constantly push. The biggest challenge is getting over the point of rejection. Once you've heard no so many times, that word becomes so familiar that it doesn't bother you anymore.
Absolutely. Oh my God. For me, the biggest challenge. I've been talking about it. June 10th. Navigating through trauma and coming back stronger. This here was just a temporary setback and is building me up even stronger to come back for something even more magical. And I'm looking forward to that. Um, Overcoming trauma, I would say, is my biggest challenge because I've never experienced anything like that. And what is our favorite food and dessert? You already know it is pepperoni pizza. And my favorite dessert, cookies and cream ice cream. I shouldn't be eating it,
All right, look,
but
people have been on diets. Okay, we've been on diets. So, yeah. My favorite food. I'm a foodie to the fullest. Okay, I can go with Italian foods. I can go with Mexican foods, but always got to go with some down south, southern soul food. That is, oh my god! And my favorite dessert is banana pudding. And I don't even like bananas themselves, but yeah, banana pudding is my thing.
and they've got banana pudding ice cream. I remember I had some right after graduation. It was the best. And I had to literally look down in the cart and like, okay, I'm eating ice cream still. But it tasted just like banana pudding. My aunt, my mom's sister, she makes it, but she does it without the bananas. It's more so like a fluffy. When she does hers, is more so fluffy, whipped cream and everything with the vanilla wafers. Like
Mm,
I
mm,
love
mm. Um, see, I've been on my little diet myself. I've been on a no soda diet. Been drinking nothing but waters and juices. I've been eating salads and stuff like that because I'm trying to, you know, I'm 37 years old. I'm aging. I'm trying to keep myself healthy as long as I can. But the way y'all talking about this banana pudding ice cream, I have to. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna check it out.
And what? Yes, I did say that. I said that no means on spelled backwards. And yes, that is correct. I am a Scorpio, and I surely do. I've had so many no's and so many doors closed in my face that you have to take no and basically prove people wrong. And that's one thing I'm notorious for doing every time, reinventing myself and coming back stronger. So that's what I would say for sure. But
Without
yes,
a doubt.
that is true. I am a Scorpio, and Scorpios, we are driven, we are determined, we are passionate. What's crazy is my mom's a Libra, October 7th. So that's where I get it from. I am my mom's child. So, and I brought her on the show. Deshaun has met her and seen her, and she looks just like her. I think it was Deshaun and Chef Scott that were in, and they met her. So now you guys see just a little bit of where I get it from, and it's my mom, and I'm thankful to have her. I don't know what I'd do without her. Any more questions, Fashion Dolls, for myself or Anthony? Oh, yeah, we're good. And to make sure we're good on time. But overall, to go back off of what Deshaun just said, which was challenges, for anybody who's facing a challenge or an obstacle or life altering anything, I want you to know that there is something amazing and greater that can come out of it. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm optimistic about it. So I'm back. I know it was like a void was missing because I would go live every day, Monday through Friday, and I would do an interview. And I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try. So we're gonna make it work. If I have to go to the library, which is so peaceful and quiet, and do a show there, or here at my aunt's, she won't mind. I have a few more shows scheduled online over here. She knows them. She said, just come right on in. Pick you a spot where you can do it. And I said, the dining area. Because it's so beautiful. I'm going to give you all a little tour. See the windows?
Oh
how she
wow.
has it set up in here. And yes, get into the glam a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yes, beautiful in here. The lighting, everything. Like this is my type of everything. So we're gonna try to take the show on the road to find someplace. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I believe that a lot of people should go to the top because that is the thing. Is you choose so many things, how many ways, different ways thus far. I try to discourage you. People try to discourage you. That what you meant, Dejan? People try to discourage you and oppress you. Never let them. It's a quote from Maya Angelou that I live by, which is we encounter many defeats, but we must never be defeated. And I live by that mantra. I want you guys to live by that mantra as well too, fashion. So make sure that you are being victorious in everything that you're doing. So yes, never let them take your voice, never let them silence you, never let them oppress you. So continue. That was something that me and Lee touched on yesterday, which is the importance of Black artists and our creativity and the impact that we're making. So each and every one of us, we have a divine creation. So make sure that you're using those gifts. That's for sure.
And I have a word for everybody. When you're taking a path, you don't have to take a conventional path because there's always a way to get to the goal that you want to get to. It might not seem normal, and it might be a harder path, but if you follow the right path, and like I said, it doesn't have to be the conventional path. It can be a path you build yourself. Like with so many of these young Black artists out here, they make things themselves because sometimes they hear no from people up there or higher ups, and they say no. They start building themselves, and then at one point, those same people that told you no, they're gonna be begging you to come back. You don't have to take a conventional path. You always find your way.
Absolutely. Oh, Deshaun. Um,
Mm.
what I don't understand is why does narcissistic, misogynist people make it to the top? It's so weird. I know where you're going, Deshaun. I'm trying to behave. I got a show with Andre Hollins and all of the political talk. Because if you guys want political talk, y'all can check out some of my morning lives. Y'all can
Yes.
check out some of the past shows. Enjoy them. It's over 1,000 videos here on this channel from past shows, and you guys can skim through and enjoy. But we have Andre Hollins, Thought and Opinion Podcast, coming to join me on the 17th. And we're going to dive into the orange chaos demon that's in the White House. So make sure y'all tune in. I have a few things that I would love to say to you. So tune in July 17th for that show. But yes, misogyny. I've learned that in this business, being black, being a woman, you're not going to be treated as your male counterpart. And I've had so many discussions on my girl talk panels with other women and how they felt about it as well too. And they're saying the same thing that I have two strikes against me. I'm black and I'm a woman, and I'm not going to be able to achieve the same success as my male counterparts. So we're still battling with sexism. We're still battling with misogyny. We're still battling with patriarchy and its impact. So it's a lot more that needs to be done. We have a lot of work to do, and it starts with dismantling that. So that's what I would say, Deshaun, to that as well too. But how do narcissistic people get make it to the top? Capitalism, imperialism, and as we're seeing right now, fascism. That's what it is. It's time to call it what it is. It's time to call a thing. When you are able to use your wealth and your power and your influence, weaponize every branch of government I'll just say
Yeah.
it's an old fashioned saying, and I'm pretty sure everybody has heard it, that says money is the root of all evil. And when you have money, you have power. But with this group right here, they don't care. There's no bounds. So to answer Deshaun's question, yes, that's why they're at the top. And we have to make it our business to make sure that we as creatives are dismantling what they're doing and also making sure that because artists, Anthony is a comic. I'm more so like a commentator slash influencer slash everybody's put me in their own little category and box. It's like, okay, oh my God, she does fashion, she does beauty. And I'm just like, that's fine and dandy, but I also bring awareness to my people, to Black people. So, as an artist, it's our job to make sure, as I stated yesterday, that we are making sure that we bring awareness to world issues. And with Anthony being a comic and a stuntman and actor, he's doing that through his platform. With me being the hostess of Style by Stevie, I have been doing it in my own little way, which is revolutionary, which is different, which is unheard of. So thank y'all. But yes, Deshaun, you ain't gonna catch me slipping. Next week or the next week after, Andre Hollins will be here, and you guys can really hear me let loose like I want to. But today I'm reserved, I'm restrained because I'm healing. I'm in what's called my soft girl era, and I'm recovering from trauma. So I'm trying to slowly but surely, but in the mornings, you'll get a little taste of that. But yeah, make sure y'all are staying tuned and subscribe to the channel and hit all. You get all, and then you get personalized notifications here on YouTube. Make sure you hit the first option as well too. And Anthony, you sent me something to sponsor, and I'm going to try to drop that in the description box. Tell us what it is.
It is a local clothing line that's local out to Wisconsin, made by one of the local artists who's also a local rapper out here. It's called Fun Island. They release clothing line. They have shoes, shirts, hoodies, crop top hoodies, swimsuits, everything that you could want is right there, and they have some very good materials. I'm wearing a Fun Island shirt right now. This is just the fun of it, but they all have different designs. They have Jessica Rabbit designs, Marilyn Monroe designs. They have Supreme designs. They have multiple designs that feature multiple artists. It's called Fun Island. It's fantastic clothing line.
And Alvin calls me the just. It's so crazy you mentioned that because Alvin calls me the Jessica Rabbit of the group. You guys see it. You see it. But my God, I love Monroe as well too. So make sure you guys are going to support, and I will drop that in the description box once the interview is posted. So without further ado, before we wrap, any last minute questions, Crafty Dolls, for myself or Anthony? And y'all make sure y'all are going and supporting in Wisconsin and also down here in the Carolinas. There's a lot of talent that is booming down here in South Carolina. So make sure that you're supporting each and every one of us, artists, up and coming artists. Definitely, for sure.
And I want to give one small shout out to a local man named Grant Kroll, who just opened. He recently opened his bar maybe a couple years ago. It's called Heritage Inn. It's located in a very, very small town in Wisconsin called Hortonville. But he's a fan. I went fishing with the man the other day. He's a fantastic person. He runs his business like the way a business should be ran. No discrimination. Everybody gets treated equally, and he's a joy to be around.
Yes, yes. So y'all make sure y'all go and y'all support that. Y'all check it out locally. We're talking about this wealth transfer. So we as Black creatives, we have to spend within our own. So that means you guys are looking at my nails. I talk with my hands a lot. I do my own nails. I don't sit in the nail chair. I do my own. So now you guys know. I have an amazing hairstylist, Ashley Salon down here. This is my first time stepping back into a salon, other than shadowing at one. But going back into a hair salon, her shop is so quiet. It's just like my aunt's over here. It's peaceful. It's zen. And I needed a self care day. Deshaun was buzzing my phones. I had to put my phone on DND because she opens on a Saturday, and I'm in the chair, getting a service. So I'm taking time for myself. But Ashley Salon, and a very special shout outs to my beauty contributor, makeup artist here at Style by Stevie, Melanie Nalamont Bridges, um, and my Aunt Connie. Shout outs to her. These amazing team of women. My cousin Sherry, who's also co-owner of Style by Stevie as well. Shout outs to her. My cousin Yvonne. Uh, I just saw them. They were shocked. So yes, make sure that you are supporting within your own means and recycling that black dollar. So that means black nail techs, up in independent fashion brands, as Anthony mentioned, and I will try to pin that in the description box so you guys can go and check it out. Are you guys going to watch the Olympics? I'll probably be watching an episode of Cops Reloaded. That's what I've been doing at my brother's because I'm with my brother currently for the time being. We're working on some things, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But I've been binge watching a lot of Cops Reloaded and just watching people who come in drunk in the intake singing for their lives. It's comical to me. So no, I won't be watching the Olympics this year.
And me, I'm gonna be focusing on next year's NBA season because we had a lot of trades moved around. So I'm close to Milwaukee. So we just lost Giannis Antetokounmpo to Miami. So I'm gonna be paying attention to the NBA more next year.
And of course, more fashion. More. There's a new article up. By the way, I'm so glad you mentioned that. New article up. Hollywood, USA. Make sure you guys go and check it out on Instagram as well at Style by Stevie underscore daytime. New article up. And it's going to be more coming along as well too. So stay tuned for that. I don't think we have any fashion events coming up. I'm pretty sure around August, September, they're probably going to start kicking off New York Fashion Week. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to do some coverage for that. Um, and it's more in the future. Season 21, we're currently in season, yeah, season 20, season 21, and beyond in the future. I'm with more interviews, more collaborations coming soon, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But definitely, that's what we can expect from the future. So before we close, as we're coming to a close, because it is 4:50, I promised my aunt that I would wrap around that time. She said, "You can do it, but how long are we talking?" Okay. So 4:50. Before we wrap, final thought of the day, Anthony. What would you tell anybody on creativity and using their gifts? What would you tell them as a creative and as an artist yourself?
What I tell you guys as creative artists, find a way, no matter what. Always find a way. Because and no matter how many people tell you no, you can always do it. Find a way. If somebody's not going to help you make a way, you make your own way. Don't let anything stop you at all. And I want to give a special blessing to Stevie and her family. Thank God that you made it through this traumatic time. Like I said, you're still building up, and it's gonna be like I said, something great, something fantastic, something much better is coming. And I hope that you, your mom, and everybody stay blessed and stay covered in the blood of Jesus. And God bless you. And it's always a joy to be here. And I'm glad for you. Thank you for inviting me. Look, Jesus, right there hanging out on the wall. Hey, what's up,
Yes.
Jesus? But yeah, I'm hoping the best for the future. I know the future is gonna be bright, as bright as the sun is this summer. But yeah, man, everybody just keep pushing through always. Amen. Like God bless.
Yes, Miriam, baby, you have to watch from beginning to end. Um, my final thought of the day comes from Dawn Sira. She says, there is no timestamp on trauma. There isn't a formula that you can insert yourself into to get from yeah, to get from horror to healed. Be patient. take up space and let your journey be the bomb. Your journey is the bomb. That's how you heal. So, from what I've experienced, as Anthony just said, overcoming, there's always something bigger and better. So, stay tuned. Like I said, this girl is going to be a problem. I'm back with a vengeance. So, next week, we have So Deb coming on the show Monday, July 6th. And Anthony, let everyone know where they can follow you and check you out. And of course, we're going to set something up again. We're going to make it work.
Well, you all know my Instagram page is the actor, not the actor underscore Anthony underscore Riley. Instagram. My Facebook page is just my name, Anthony Riley. Also have a professional Facebook page under the same Instagram handle. Feel free to follow. I'll follow you back. And before we close, I want to say God bless each and every one of you guys that viewed. Anybody that views in the future, God bless you. And I hope everything that you look for in life, you succeed in.
Absolutely. All right, Fashion Dolls. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Go out, celebrate, stay cool because it's at least 100 outside. And I know that I'm gonna have to go back to my brothers. Um, I've got some new pieces coming in, so y'all stay tuned. New looks. Stay tuned for that. I'm excited. My brother got it. So I'm having to get all of my mail and stuff over there. Now it's different. Adjusting. So yes, thank you, baby. Thank you. Yes, you have to watch from beginning to end and catch up. I'll be live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Bright and early. You guys can catch me real, raw, unfiltered, no makeup, nothing. Y'all will get to see what I look like first thing in the morning, but it takes a village to put this together. Okay? So I love y'all. And I will see y'all next week, Monday, July 6th with So Dev. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon, Fashion Dogs. Take care, everyone.
Okay. Peace out, everybody.
You too.
Bye-bye, Steve.